beef stroganoff today. Again, a really simple and easy dish. One thing I just wanted to say, I had a lot of people tell me that they don't like cooking or that they couldn't cook this or they couldn't cook that. One thing that makes it really easy to cook, that separates, say, the professional chef from the home cook that doesn't really want to cook, organisation. Make sure that all of your ingredients are laid out on the table, measured out and ready to go. And it'll make your life a whole lot easier if you're following a recipe or something like that. Even if you're trying to come up with something for yourself, there's nothing worse than running to the cupboard halfway through making a dish and going, oh look, I need a tomato paste or I need an onion or something, and you realise you don't have it, you've got to run to the shop. So it makes it a hell of a lot easier if you lay everything out and then you can just follow the steps and the cooking will come across so much easier and it'll taste better. It'll allow you to put more love into your cooking. So yeah, in the meantime here, we're going to do a beef stroganoff. Again, I've got another kilo of chuck steak. We've got some onion. We've got a little bit of flour, 2 tablespoons of flour, 2 tablespoons of tomato paste. We've got some olive oil, probably about 2 tablespoons of olive oil, a couple of cups of mushrooms, 2 cups of mushrooms. I've got some sour cream, 4 cloves of garlic. Always like to keep some salt and pepper on my table because you're always going to need to use that. And I've got some stock. I've got 2 cups of, well, I've actually mixed chicken and beef stock. Why not? You can put straight beef stock, you can put beef broth, you can put chicken broth, or you can put both. I like a little bit of extra flavour. I love chicken stock. Why can't you put it into beef? So again, all of the ingredients are laid out. All I've got to do is cut them up, put them into my pots. I've got 2 pots ready. I've got the La Cruche pot there, and I've also got just a regular skillet fry pan. I'll cook the chuck steak in the La Cruche, and then I'll cook the mushrooms and the onions and the garlic. I'll saute them all up in the smaller pan, and then put it all into the big pan, and we'll stew it. We'll leave it for a couple of hours. You can leave it for as long as you like. You can leave it even for an hour, and it'll still come up really good if you're busy. If you're a busy family and you don't have time to sort of prep and wait around for hours for it to cook, you can have this ready within an hour or so. But the longer that you leave it, the more tender your beef will be. And yeah, I hope you enjoy following along. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, I'd love it if you did. Show some support, put some comments in the box down the bottom, hit the like button. If you've got some feedback for me, I'd love it if you shared it. Happy to grow with you guys and really appreciate you watching. Thanks. This is the good thing about the chuck steak. It's perfect for a stroganoff. It's really grainy with the fat running through it, which means the longer you cook this, the more tender it'll become. It's definitely not the kind of steak that you would want to flash fry and serve up because it'll be tough, but delicious. You just want to cut it into bite-sized pieces like so. Mushrooms don't all have to be the same size. These guys will cook down. Just chop them up. clay pot. Put some oil in the clay pot. Over onto your fry pan. Put some oil in the fry pan. Let them heat up. Okay, the oil's nice and hot. Drop your meat in. Onions and mushrooms into the other pan. Once your meat's nice and brown, you can just take that off the heat for a sec and let your onions and mushrooms cook. When your onions and mushrooms are nice and brown, add your garlic, just into a little section there, and your tomato paste. Give that a good stir. Cook that for a couple of minutes, just until it's all mixed through. You can lower the heat a little bit here. Okay, now we're just going to add the 2 tablespoons of flour, sprinkle that across, and stir that in for about 2 minutes. It's important to keep it going so that it doesn't stick to the bottom of the pan. But this will give your sauce nice, thick. So just keep it off the bottom of the pan like that. Now I've got 2 cups of stock here, or broth. Just gradually add it in. Bring your heat down a little bit. Just let that simmer. Add in a little more. Now that the sauce mixture is simmering away nicely there, just bring that across and transfer it in on top of your meat, like so. Give it a good stir around. And some black pepper, a little bit of wine. Beautiful. Mix that all around. Have it on a nice low heat. Bring it up to the simmer and then pop the lid on. Ideally, give it a couple of hours to cook, 3 hours, 4 hours, even better. And you'll have an amazing stroganoff. All right, this has been stewing away here for about 2.5 hours. And what you want to do is just take it off the heat and then add in a cup of sour cream. Give that a good stir.